up and has become 24. How he's done that, I don't know. He's a really natural boy who took direction from Ken as if he'd been doing it all his life. He's only been here half an hour. You know, he's just
lovely
sensational.
Lovely view.
Sensational.
Oh, good. I haven't seen him yet.
I'm sorry, guys. We must do one more here, and then we've got to go in and start the film.
So it's obviously autobiographical work. How close to the reality was it, and why did you want to tell the story now?
It's through the eyes of a 9-year-old boy and in a distance of 50 years, so it's whatever that does to an objective truth, but I hope there's an emotional truth there. And the lockdown just sent me back to another lockdown which we experience in the film, which is where this very sort of violently changing period of uncertainty had a big impact on our home and our family and our street and our country, and it felt like it was a story that was starting to have some resonance for people further afield. So I felt as though there might be some recognition, which it seems people seem to be finding in it.
Members of your actual family, what was that like, kind of searching for the right fit?
Sorry?
What was it like searching for the right fit to play members of your family?
Well, I think again, all the actors took it on a little in their own direction, I think, and that was good. It was always, we were always trying to open things up. This isn't a sort of piece of personal therapy for me. It's an attempt to tell a story that you think may have some resonance elsewhere. So it needed the contributions of Judi Dench and the others to not make it some sort of directly autobiographical thing, but to bring some of their own imagination, sometimes their own lines. Judy, Jude, Jamie, all improvised in ways that were really excellent.
Playing Ken's grandmother, what sort of directions was he giving you to play the part?
Ken, many directions. I rely on him completely.
Faster and funnier, usually.
I got faster and funnier. But you know, you have to go to the readers. You have to. I mean, you entirely rely on being told what to do.
But also responding, we would sometimes run the film and improvise and keep it running, and after minutes and minutes and minutes, and talk about different lines and alternate lines. And Judy was, like they all were, really excellent at being in that moment, determined to just try and find that moment when some piece of life is caught, nothing's prepared, but the sort of interior life that they've been developing is there and present, and then what comes out is sort of gold. And she did that so many times. She's a master. It's as simple as that, whether she likes it or not.
Poignant and important moment, and when it's so vivid and it's something is so personal, you're jolly pleased to be even considered to be part.
And the accent, how did you get the accent so good?
With difficulty.
Very good.
With difficulty.
And it brings together nostalgia but also nightmare throughout the course of the film. What do you hope people will take away from it?
I think, maybe more sort of reflection, whatever they'd like to take away from it, but there's a sort of mixture of the value, the pains and the joys of family life, if you're lucky enough to have one, even when it's under threat, and how sometimes, and this is a very Belfast thing, how gallows humour at times of extreme sort of difficulty are necessary to allow us to sort of put one foot in front of the other. That sort of sharp-witted, grim gallows humour, I think Belfast has a particular kind of handle on.
And what was it like working with Kenneth on set and this incredible cast?
Well, it was just like a family from the very, very beginning. And of course, we were in a moment that people weren't going out, weren't going to work, and we got this little space. And Ken, made it his business to take incredible care of everybody. We were all tested every day, and to come. To suddenly go to work during that time and see how albeit masked and everything, until the moment that you had to go and do a scene. It was a kind of incredible release. Incredible, especially when, so many of my friends didn't get a chance to work during that time at all. And it's, now, all the thing about what affects me so much is all the people in the theatres at the moment, all those people who've been at the stage door for 40 years, they don't have a job. They don't, none of those crews and people who work backstage and the people that you the audience don't see but are absolutely essential that they're not there. You know, so we were incredibly lucky to do this at that time. It's kind of sudden opening, so it hasn't been quite so long for all of us, the whole thing, as we know, which it seems now that, well, hopefully it's going to stop a little bit, get a bit easier.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey!